All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're cracking open the playbook of a legend, Bob Proctor's 12 Power Principles for Success. We're going to distill his biggest ideas into a clear framework you can use to totally redefine your own path to achievement. Let's do this.
Proctor kicks things off by asking you to do just one thing. Imagine. Imagine your biggest goals, not as some far-off, maybe one-day dream, but as something real, something tangible. Now, this isn't just motivational fluff. It's a strategic first step. See how that flips a switch? It moves your whole mindset from if it'll happen to when.
So what even is success, really? Well, Proctor argues that before you can even think about achieving it, you have to completely redefine it. His very first principle challenges that old idea that success is just some finish line you cross one day.
Now lean into these two words here, progressive realization. This little phrase, it changes everything. It means success isn't a destination, it's a journey. It's about the person you're becoming while you move towards a goal that actually matters to you. The growth itself, that's the prize.
Okay, so if success is a journey, where does that journey start? Proctor's answer is simple. It starts inside you. Before you can achieve anything on the outside, you have to build an unshakable foundation on the inside. This is what he called mastering your inner game.
Think of these 4 principles as the bedrock, the pillars of that inner foundation. They're all about getting a handle on how you think, how you feel, and how you see the world. Let's dig into what he really means by these, starting with the big one. Who's actually in charge?
It all kicks off with responsibility. Proctor taught that real freedom isn't about having no rules. It's about taking complete and total ownership of your thoughts and your actions. It's that core belief that you and only you are in the driver's seat of your life.
And once you take that ownership, you've got the power to build that next pillar, confidence. Proctor was crystal clear on this. You are not born with confidence. It's a skill you forge. And you build it like a muscle by intentionally stepping up and doing the very things that scare you.
Proctor used to call attitude the magic word. And it makes sense, right? Life is going to throw curveballs at you. You can't control that. But the one thing you have 100% control over is your response. And in the end, that response is what determines pretty much everything. Okay, so you've been putting in the work on your inner game. You're taking responsibility, you're building confidence, you're managing your attitude. So now what? How do you take all that inner strength and actually make things happen out in the real world?
And that's where we hit the second big part of his framework, taking determined action. This is the blueprint, the step-by-step guide for turning that powerful mindset into real, measurable progress. Let's break it down.
Proctor lays out this really clear 4-step cycle. It all starts with making a firm, solid decision. From there, you've got to be willing to take a calculated risk, follow that up with massive action, and then, and this is the part where most people drop off, you persist, no matter what happens.
And that point about risk, it's absolutely crucial to this whole cycle. Proctor's argument was that playing it safe, well, it's not safe at all. It's actually a guarantee that you'll stay stuck. Real security comes from having the guts to step out into the unknown. Which brings us to the one thing that more than maybe anything else separates success from failure: persistence. It's that grit, that unwavering resolve to keep pushing through setbacks, especially when you feel like you're right on the edge of a breakthrough. For Proctor, persistence wasn't just a nice to have, it was a non-negotiable.
So what about the goals you're persisting toward? Well, Proctor's advice here was simple. Go big. Don't set these comfortable little goals you know you can hit. Set goals that are so ambitious that kind of scare you. Why? Because a goal like that forces you to grow. It demands you become a different, more capable person just to achieve it. The goal isn't just the outcome, it's the growth it pulls out of you.
All right, so we've covered your inner game and your outer action plan. What's left? This is the final piece of the puzzle. Impact. This is how you amplify everything you're doing by connecting with the world through value and communication.
Now, this next idea is a total game changer for how most of us think about money. Proctor's rule was dead simple. Stop working for money. Instead, pour all your focus into providing incredible, valuable service. Because money, it's just the natural reward you receive in direct proportion to the value you deliver to others. And finally, you have to remember that success is not a solo mission, it's a team sport. That's why effective communication is so key. We're not just talking about talking at people, we're talking about really connecting, really understanding them. The ultimate goal is to help other people win, because their success will always, always amplify your own.
Okay, we've gone through a lot. So how do we tie all this together into a simple blueprint that you can actually remember and use? Let's put it all together.
It really boils down to this: the entire framework in 3 steps. First, you master your inner world. That's your mindset. Second, you translate that into determined action. That's how you make progress. And third, you connect that action to the world by providing value. That's how you create your impact. Mindset, progress, impact. That's the formula.
And that brings us to the most important part. Because look, this isn't just theory. It's a call to action. So looking at all these principles, from taking full responsibility to setting those bigger goals, the final question is for you. Which one will you put into practice starting right now?